10 years is a long time to live with the sound of someone's laughter echoing in your head. Not just any laughter, hers. Amelia's laugh wasn't the soft, playful kind. The one I remember is sharp, mocking, slicing through me like broken glass. It was the last sound I heard when she walked out of my life a decade ago, leaving me standing in the pouring rain outside the restaurant where I thought I was going to propose. I had carried the ring in my pocket for weeks, waiting for the right moment. That night, I thought it had finally come. But she didn't just reject me, she humiliated me. In front of everyone, she called me boring, too safe, and not enough of a man for her. Then she laughed, she laughed like it was all a cruel joke, and walked away with another man's arm draped around her shoulders. For 10 years, I lived with that wound. I rebuilt myself from it. I moved cities, started a new business, turned myself into someone unrecognizable from the man she ridiculed. People now called me successful, confident, even intimidating. But inside, some part of me always remembered the boy she left behind. The boy who stood in the rain with a ring in his hand and humiliation burning in his chest. And then after 10 years, she came back. It was a Tuesday evening when I saw her again. I was walking out of my office when a woman sitting on the steps caught my eye. She was thinner, her shoulders curved inward as if the world had weighed her down. Her once carefully styled hair now fell in uneven strands, and her eyes weren't sparkling with mischief anymore. They were tired, red, and brimming with tears. It took me a moment to recognize her, but when I did, my chest tightened. Amelia. She looked up, and the moment our eyes met, she froze. Her lips parted as though my presence had stolen her breath. For a heartbeat, neither of us moved. Then she whispered, "Daniel." I should have walked past. I should have looked at her the way she once looked at me, like I wasn't enough, like I was invisible. But I didn't. Something inside me wanted answers, closure, maybe even revenge. So I stopped. She stood slowly, wiping her face with the back of her hand. "I didn't know where else to go," she said, her voice trembling. I need your help." My help? The irony almost made me laugh. 10 years ago, I was begging for her love. Now she was begging for my mercy. We went to a cafe nearby, and as we sat across from each other, I studied her carefully. The woman in front of me was a shadow of the confident, mocking Amelia I once knew. She clutched her coffee cup like it was an anchor keeping her from drowning. "I made mistakes," she started, her voice cracking. "I thought I was choosing excitement, passion, a better life. But it was all lies. He cheated, he used me, and when I finally left, I had nothing. No home, no money, no one. I thought I could rebuild, but everything kept falling apart. And tonight I realized I had no one left to call. No one except you." Her words spilled out like a confession, but I felt no sympathy. Not yet. I remembered too clearly the way she laughed as she destroyed me. So I asked the question that had haunted me for a decade. "Why did you do it that night? Why humiliate me like that?" Her eyes welled up again, and she pressed her lips together before whispering, "Because I was afraid. You were steady, kind, and real. Too real. I didn't want steady, I wanted wild. I wanted fireworks, even if they burned me. So I hurt you before you could see how shallow I was. I thought I was walking toward something better, but I only walked into hell." The cafe seemed to fade around us as silence settled between us. A decade of pain pressed against my chest, demanding I say something, anything. Part of me wanted to lash out, to make her feel the sting of my laughter this time. But another part, an older, wiser part, recognized what stood before me. This wasn't the triumphant return of a woman who had won. This was the hollow, broken figure of someone who had lost everything. Finally, I leaned back in my chair, my voice calm, even cold. "Amelia, 10 years ago you laughed as you walked away from me. Tonight you're back in tears. Do you understand what that means?" She shook her head slowly. "It means life has a way of teaching us lessons we refused to learn. You taught me pain, humiliation, and loneliness. And life taught you regret. We're even." Her tears spilled over, streaming down her face. "So that's it. You won't help me." I looked at her, really looked. For a moment, the boy inside me wanted to reach across the table, to comfort the girl I once loved. But the man I had become knew better. I stood, leaving a few bills on the table. Amelia, I said, my voice steady. You walked away laughing. I walked away broken. Tonight I walk away whole. And you'll have to find your own way back. Her sobs followed me out of the cafe, echoing through the night just as her laughter once had. Only this time, I wasn't the one shattered. She was. And for the first time in a decade, I finally felt free.